Can you give us just a few examples for maybe people that aren't familiar with CPESN, what examples of what those enhanced clinical services that we're talking about could be?
Yeah, at Community Care of North Carolina, I grew up very much in organizing providers, having local networks, having them have local autonomy, local relationships under standard definition. So there's standard definition and measurement and quality assurance types of activities, but how you go about it, and who and how you facilitate it and how you're involved within that ecosystem really being managed by that local network. So the way this is sort of fleshed out over time is that each local network can sort of define its own minimum set of services that they're all going to hold themselves out as being engaged with, and then having a set of quality assurance standards that go with them, so they can say, I'm holding myself out as activity A, and here's the 3 things we do to make sure everybody in the network is high quality on activity A. And then what we do is we say, okay, well, there's this many networks. What are some of these lowest common denominator service sets across these networks? No question, med synchronization with clinical check-in, not just autofill, straight up med reconciliation, but these clinical check-ins, because a lot of these patients, their meds change every month. You need to check back in with them. You need to connect back to the care team. And we see these being sort of 5, 10, 15, 20-minute check-ins every month that necessarily occurs, what we're starting seeing in the marketplace. So appointment-based model, what we called hand delivery becomes really important, not shows up in the mail, but hand delivery, because there's actually an interaction there with the patient that becomes important. Remember, a lot of what the other care team's looking for is, if I'm primary care, we know our challenged patients get seen by primary care 3.5 times a year. We know these pharmacies see them 35 times a year. So what we want is this continual coordination and check-in with this patient. And if I do have a meaningful relationship with you, then you're letting me know when this patient's falling off the wagon, because I'm being held to account for this patient's outcomes. There's also optional service sets. There's a lot of entrepreneurialism that goes on out there, which is also exciting, because these are, once they catch the bug, they come up with great ideas, right? Which is, again, is a marketplace. And so there are activities like pain management contracts, urine drug screens, specialized anticoagulation types of care and follow-up, post-stroke follow-up, comprehensive joint replacement sort of types of services, so that you can really work with those ambulatory surgical centers to get them what they need to make sure that patient's not falling off the wagon in those alternative payment models. So that may not be all of the networks. It may not be even all of the pharmacies within a network, but you have sort of a mandatory set of service sets that are common. You have common quality assurance sets, but then you let these local networks really meet the needs of their local care team members and their local payers and employers and purchasers.